This is interesting.
Falls apart. Tens of millions of young Americans no longer even dream of owning their own home. What happened to America, the land of opportunity, where you could be sure that if you worked hard and played by the rules, that you would have a decent life? All the new wealth of the last generation has gone to the billionaires and to transnational corporations, while our tattered middle class, our infrastructure, our industry have been hollowed out from the inside. Instead of promise, we've left our kids sick and drowning in debt. The public debt has gone from about $5 trillion under President George W. Bush to $34 trillion today, and U.S. household debt is at a record high of $17.3 trillion. If you include discouraged workers, our true unemployment rate is 23%. Young parents face housing, grocery, and childcare costs that are unaffordable. Too many Americans are living bleak and hopeless lives, dreading the one medical emergency or the car repair that will tip them over the edge into homelessness. We rank 40th globally in our people's health and wellness. Out of the richest countries in the world, the United States is 35th in child poverty rates, just above Mexico. We rank 36th in literacy and 45th in press freedom. We have one of the highest cancer rates in the world, and our life expectancy now ranks 59th according to the World Bank. That's right behind Algeria, which spends less than 1/30th per capita of what we spend. But even these grim figures hide the full picture of our dire health crisis. We now have the worst health outcomes in the rich world, the highest maternal mortality rates, the highest number of gun deaths per capita, and the highest number of teen pregnancies. We lead the world in obesity and chronic disease. According to CDC, 60% of Americans have at least one chronic condition. When my uncle was president, only 6% of Americans had chronic disease. And all of these plights fall heaviest on our young people. 4 in 10 of them suffer depression, and half of them have considered suicide. 1 in 10 has anxiety. 1 in 10 has ADHD. 1 in 5 is obese. It's time for us to say enough is enough. We were once a free and thriving nation, the healthiest and strongest in the world. What we once were, we can be again. How do I know that?
This is true.
Because everywhere I go in this
We
country,
can be.
I see a profound determination among Americans to heal. We might have become the sickest country on earth, but we also have the most ingenious healers.
So all of that is true. And I think he at least touches on a point that, the money continues to stay exactly at the top of all of these companies. Ronald Reagan back in the 80s talked about trickle down economics, and deregulation was a way to get these companies more profit so that they could hand more of that down to the people running their businesses. The employees could enjoy some of that, winning in the market, basically. I mean, if your company was winning, you were supposed to be winning too by working for that company. But the trickle down part of that economic plan never happened. It never even started. And those same corporations are forever raising prices so that they can always show growth on their quarterly report so that investors will keep investing. But what about the people selling your products? What about the people making your products? When are they allowed to profit from all the hard work they put in for your company? Maybe not even profit, but just be able to earn a living wage so that, a parent can stay home with their kids while another parent works, because that is what made families strong originally. In the 50s and 60s, when family values were, well, let's just say married type, family values as in the household were, there was a little bit more focus on it. Definitely can't say that things were better from a sociology standpoint, but we were making improvements. But certainly there was a quality of life available for people All you had to do was work hard and you could make it. You know, a guy managing a grocery store could very easily be a homeowner and be the only parent in the house who was employed in that regard.